Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Friday night talk in town. I'm, of course, your host, the Gov. This is production from HDR Media, and that was your goal of the month for Trimley Red Devils in November. That is us, I believe, all up to date. There is a live poll for you to get active. You can, of course, vote on it. Currently winning is goal number A. If you have goals, E, F, G, or H as your favorite, please leave it as a comment. If you're watching on catch up, you can, of course, leave a comment in the comments on YouTube. If you're watching, or rather listening on an audio platform, just ignore what I've just told you about because you've got a clue what I'm telling you all about. So it doesn't really matter. Sit there. In fact, while I'm listening, while I was doing that, you probably could have left a 5-star review. Yeah, the Gov is great. The Mogul's not so good. You know, just factual things, of course. But we would appreciate it all the same. So this evening, a press conference reaction, it normally would be in association with Away Day Beers. Of course, our big weekend kickoff, the Away Day Beer weekend kickoff is here. I'm a poet. I think I probably knew it. But tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently, I guess. We're going to look at, obviously, Harry Clarke signing from Arsenal. That was announced. I don't know why we announced them so late. Like, I don't know what sort of kick we get out of this, people. But being a new father of two, and I was in bed hours in bed, and I was like, I'm not getting out of bed to do a live show on Harry Clarke. No offense, Harry, but yeah. So we'll talk about Harry Clarke this evening. We'll look at what our 1 to 11 strongest lineup is. Not necessarily the lineup we think Oxford that will play against Oxford, but certainly what we believe our strongest 11 now, all things considered. And of course, we would welcome you guys and girls to get active in the live chat. Hit the like button, support the platform by helping the algorithm know this is a show that people will like, enjoy, search, engage with, all of those wonderful things. And if you want to go on further, if you're feeling like you've still got a little bit of festive spirit in you, or maybe just spirits in general, become a Talking Town 5th Standard today. Hit the join button on YouTube or head to Ko-Fi. Get access to the Discord. And by the way, our Discord is busy. You log in 1 minute. They're talking about, I think it was pie and chips. You log in a different day. They're talking about a new signing. I mean, it just flies by. Just flies. We've got Adrian Gareth, playoff at Xmas, top 2 at Easter, promotion in May. That sounds like a Frank Sinatra song, that one. I like it. I like it a lot. Billy Dalton, ITFC, yes, Town have brought home Harry Clarke from Arsenal. But to be fair to him, he had to step down a level to improve himself to then come back up to the level that we obviously need him to be. So it's good to see that he humbled himself at Arsenal and come back to us. Alistair Kirk, I'm sure I saw him at the Bet365. Good signing if it's who I think it is. Does he play for you? Is he an instant right back? Is he a centre back? Is he a bloke that's going to sit on the bench? We'll pose that question through the course of the evening, of course. Sharon Guest, welcome in. Hope you're well. Heidi's here. Woody's here. A cracking signing. This young lad will be fire, he says. Anthony Still. Lots of people. There's my phone. I'll put it on mute. And then we shouldn't be going off through the course of the evening. But while we do that, let's, of course, welcome in my friend and confidant, the media mogul.
We've just lost the teenagers. It's absolutely embarrassing.
Matt Phillips. I think Laura Wood's doing that, on TalkSport, her phone going off. I mean, sorry, guys and girls. That's unprofessional of me. It's unprofessional of me. Whatever. Next. Shocking. Right. Silent mode on. There we go. We are back in the room. How are you, Matthew? You well?
Well, I'm well. I've been grumpy all week because of the Plymouth game. That's annoying me. I got to about Wednesday. I was probably over it by then. And of course, then when you're on the school run, the dads in the chat here will commiserate. I'm out scraping the car. It's like chiseling an iceberg off the car to get your kid to school.
Wasn't that bad?
So it was that bad. It was that bad. So it's just been I'm just being grumpy. It's been a grumpy week. So I could be grumpy tonight. I probably will be. You must be grumpy. You're not getting no sleep.
Yeah, surprisingly, I'm not doing too bad. But I don't know if that's just a me thing or a we thing. Yeah. But I'm surprisingly not doing too bad, Mr. Phillips. But I
feel like you've been in good spirits. You've been doing lots of voice notes, everyone. Terrible impressions of people.
Easy now. Easy now. Lyndon, welcome in, Lyndon. Some real pressure on now to get promotion. Well, let's start with that one before we dive into the player. Some real pressure on us to get promotion now. There was anyway, but anything less now is a failure. Matthew, anything less than promotion from this point on is a failure, says Lyndon. What says you?
Lyndon, I'm with you. I've got the T-shirt. Yeah, I totally agree. Let's go. Well, we discussed this briefly on Sunday, didn't we? I mean, let's go back again. In case you're crazy and you missed the Sunday show, since the summer, we've done Leif Davis, 1.2 mil. Nathan Broadhead, 1.5. Harness, we're told 700k. Harry Clarke now, 1 million. Kamara, with his one leg, 600 grand. Imagine what it'd been like if he'd had two legs, been 1.2 mil.
That's a Dickinson real deal, isn't it? That is.
Yeah.
Should have got him an auction.
He gave him 600k. He's only got one leg. Richard Keogh, I'm guessing circa 100 grand. And of course,
100 grand?
They said it was low six figures. Low six figures.
Let's say 50k, just to be kind.
No, low six figures, apparently.
Low six figures?
Yeah. He'd done 30 games odd, didn't he? The season before. And then our good friend Gassan had me, who we got for a £5 and some dinner mats. So I add that all into the mix, and he'd done just over 5 mil. In League One, 5 mil. Only in January. Yeah. So, and then if you add in the players that Cookie had bought in.
Edmondson, Burgess, Chaplin, Morsey. I mean, looking at nearly 10 mil, surely.
Supposedly it comes to just over 3 million. So now we've done 8. So in League
One, that's 8 million.
In the third tier of English football, we've spent 8 million on transfers. We're not even in the top 2. Is it just me? Is that not very good? Look, some of these players have still got to play. We've still got to see Broadhead. We've still got to see Harry Clarke. We've had a cameo from Hurst, who we're probably paying all the wages for, circa 16 a week, 18 a week. I bet we're taking all of that to get him moved from Blackburn to us. So, old Kieran McSpender, he needs to start delivering, doesn't he? Because, he's the boy with the silver spoon right now.
Oh, mate, did you just call him Kieran McSpender?
McSpender, old Checkbook FC.
These are, we can say it with a smile and a laugh and a joke, of course. We've been on the other end of the transfer window. But we are third. and we are in League One. We should be. I don't want to be crude. We should be pumping most teams in this division.
Yeah, absolutely. But
we're not playing Barcelona and Olympic Lyon, are we? Like tomorrow is Oxford.
Yeah.
Like we've got the quality, you've got the resources, the investment, you've got the best manager in the division. I'm told. I am with you in the sense of but who you talk to, but I am with you. I am with you that the owners have pushed their chips into the middle and they've said, "Go big or go home. No risk it, no biscuit." And all that stuff. I've just shared on Instagram actually a quote about risk it, which is kind of what we've done.
McKenna's like the kid who turned up at school in a chauffeur-driven limo. All his dad wants is A stars. He's delivering C's and D's.
I hear you, but on the other hand,
if I said to you during the Lambert era, the Paul Lambert era, not the Martin Lambert era, but during the Paul Lambert era, in a couple of seasons we're spending around 8 million on players.
I can't defend it. I can't sit here and defend it.
No, we're going to be in third.
I can't even defend it. I can't say spend 8 million in 2 years and you don't get promotion. Like that's a boggling.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantasy football where you've got no budget. Everyone else has got a fiver, and you don't win it. Like, who did you not choose with your unlimited budget? That do you know what I mean? Like, there's two other teams that you're closer than. Plymouth are a surprise package. I'm sure many people would probably agree.
Yeah, no one was mentioning them in our pre-season.
But that ain't the results against Plymouth on Wednesday that I'm looking at and thinking, if only we'd, not come up that little bit short against the top sides. It's the rest of them.
Yeah, it's
the rest of them should have a prayer.
Now let me throw something else into the mix. We're all excited about all these new players coming in and spending big fees, right? And hopefully we'll go top two. Because even though, I'm being a bit critical here, I am a McKenna fan. Give me McKenna over bleeding Paul Hurst, Paul Lambert any day of the week. I thought Paul Cook was going to be brilliant.
Step too far there, mate. Step too far.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But now, we're spending the fees, right? And say just like, worst case scenario, we don't go up, okay? You're sitting there in Arizona in the old pension fund and thinking to yourself, we're just giving this guy 5-6 million to get this club in the championship. He hasn't done it. Do you then give him another 5 and 6?
I don't know. That's summer content. But it's interesting because I sit here and I hear you. And God knows I hear you every day of the week. But I hear you particularly today more than
I've done a lot of voice notes this week as well, which is unusual.
Certainly has. Certainly has. I look really good in this light, by the way. Just going to put it out there because no one's going to pay me a compliment. Just going to say.
You do.
But cheers.
Surprising.
Keto. It's not bad,
Some stuffed mushrooms you had at lunch.
Oh, they were gorgeous. Bit of cherry tomato, bit of garlic, bit of mozzarella on a chestnut.
Keep it on the football.
No. We're a multi-entertainment vehicle here at Talking Town Towers.
Yeah, multiple topics.
I hear, but basically, what you're saying is, and you get a lot of flack for it. We should be promoted. Full stop. Like, that's a really positive Ipswich Town mindset to have. Not we could see how we're going to get on. We're Ipswich Town Football Club. We've spent the money. See, like Colin just says, too negative. See, I think you're being the opposite. I think you're being really anything but a positive outcome. Is a negative because this should be. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly. I've just given a manager in the third tier. So we're playing your Cheltenhams, your Accringtons.
Only you could make a positive sound a negative.
Your Forest Greens, right? All in our division, all parity with us, by all accounts. And we've given him 5 million in over 2 windows.
Interesting.
Are we going to get automatic promotion? No. Surely everyone would go, that's it. Is my bar too high on the failure thing?
Okay, let me just. All right. So, and I'm with you. Promotion, it's promotion or bust. I mean, in not hopefully in bust is in the bust word, but you've got to have a standard, And
it's just
I am with you.
It's got to be the most money ever spent in League One, surely.
Well, either way, there's got to be clear accountability, right? If Masterclass Ashton has done his job, then it's the manager. If the manager's done his job, then it's Masterclass Ashton hasn't done his job. You can't have like Twitter posts about Masterclass Ashton and then posts about Kieran McKenna and not get promoted. That's what I'm going to say, and not get promoted. You've got to get, for me, promoted.
All I'm doing is dealing with facts at the moment. The fact that everyone goes, I think we could get promoted is, it's Mystic Meg stuff, isn't it? It's just hope. I hope we can get promoted.
I hear you.
At the moment, we're looking at cold hard facts and going, right, he spent 1.5 million on Broadhead. He's done 1.2. And people dropping out of the Premier League, by the way, to come and join us. Broadhead and Leif Davis. And George Hurst is a Premier League player.
Wow.
It just seems like it just seems like we're underachieving to me. And I said that Sunday, I feel like we're underachieving with the resources we've got.
Well, still a long way to go. Still a long way to go.
When Schumacher did his interview, right, in the Portman Road, he goes, yeah, and we've come away with the point, and we're now 7 points clear of these. And his little twinkle in his little scouse eyes annoyed me, because he knows how he should beat someone at table, and they're chancing it. But I mean, fair play to them. They came and got a draw.
Stephen Parry, after last year, everyone would have. Well, last year was bad though, Steve. It cost a bloke his job. That's how bad it was. It cost a bloke his job. But either way, Mark Down, if we don't get promoted to this team, it's either manager or the players that aren't good enough.
Do people think McKenna, who's 37, I think, next month, is this too much money in the hands of a rookie? Could be.
No, because this comes down to the question of who you think's driving the recruitment.
Well, I say this because I've watched like a Mourinho documentary where he watches himself.
Well, there you go.
Man United, and he runs down the touchline. He was punching the air, wasn't he? He goes, I see myself there as he just goes, a mere baby. That's 5 years older than what McKenna is now. And he says, I'm a completely different manager now. I just get this worry that we've given him loads of money, and then in 10 years' time, he'll be managing in the Premier League with someone. At Ipswich, I wish I'd done it. At Ipswich, I wish I'd done it different. He's bound to say that, because you'll be different in 10 years, aren't you?
Khalid, I'm putting my neck on the line. The squad can't see us losing from now to the end of the season. That's the sort of positivity we want here, Khalid.
Don't put any money on that, my friend. Don't put any money on that.
No, we don't endorse betting. David, I think questions will be asked of McKenna if we don't get promoted. Joe says, chill out, 20 games left.
They'll go quick. And then you'll be on almost 10 games to go. They'll go quick.
No, I think you and Joe are singing off the same hymn sheet. He's saying chill out, 20 games, we'll do it, and you're saying we better do it. So I think ultimately you're going to be in the middle and say
we're now reliant on Plymouth and Sheffield Wednesday slipping up.
Oh,
so we now need to have
they'll slip up. They'll slip up.
Well, exactly. But will we have the consistency to be able to capitalise when they draw or lose? Will we have got the victory that day? While they're getting no points, we're getting 3. Then you're cutting the chase down, aren't you?
Just relax, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Matt Phillips,
relax after Saturday. 1-0, 93rd minute, they score.
Look, as I've learnt with the hypno
in the must-win game, the
relax,
we called it.
Release, just let go. Just relax, release, and just let go.
It means too much. I said to you in the week, Ipswich is our DNA. It means that we dedicate our lives to this. Get us out of this division. All I want is everyone to get out of this division and talking down in the championship. That's all I want to say.
Championship? I ain't fucking stopping there, pal. Like, I'm still holding the man. I'm still holding the. I'm still holding the standard of Premier League football. That's where this club deserves and should be. It should never have dropped out of the Premier League, but it did do many. When it dropped out, I looked a lot differently. But
you never did, for starters.
No, all in Adam's apple. No, all children. No. I liked Pokemon. That's still the same.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it's still the same.
But the more things.
I only say these things because I care.
Well,
we love the club. We don't want to be playing bloody Accrington next season, do we? God bless them. Do you really?
No, I don't. I do. We're positive. We're all about the positivity. We're all about the promotion train. Now, obviously, Harry Clarke signed. He's a right back, centre back. He's that sort of hybrid role that I've been talking about in terms of what Donatian can bring to the party. That's why he's in the team. A 1 million transfer fee. Where do you see him fitting? Because there's been conversations on the Discord in terms of is he going to play centre half? Will he play right back? Will he come and compete? I think at the fee, I don't want him competing. He needs to be head and shoulders already above what I've got. So he should be stepping straight in. Perhaps not tomorrow. Might be a little bit early. They might pull that early card. I don't always believe that, particularly as a right back. I mean,
well, Mike D made the point in the Discord. He's been playing games. He's done 20-odd games for Stoke this season. So he's not like a novice or nothing. I think he's actually done about 100 games on loan at like Oldham, Stoke, Ross County, I think, which he said was his favourite in the interview. Hibs. And he scored goals as well because he converted striker, isn't he? He scored the viral goal. Remember the Barcelona goal?
He did.
Barcelona.
Yes. Is that the one that got him the move to Arsenal?
Yeah, probably did. Yeah. Didn't do us any favours, that.
So where's he fitting? What's he doing? Harry Clarke. 20 euros from David. Thank you very much, David. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Has it been that cold in Ireland as well, David? You've been scraping ice.
That will, yeah. I mean, the amount of time my heater on this week, that's much needed. Believe me. Believe me. It's like I'm saying to Rockefeller. The heat is never off.
Well, put yourself in Harry Clarke's shoes, right? You're having the conversation. Am I going to be a starter or am I going to be sitting on the bench? You ain't going to be dropping down from Stoke to be sitting on the bench behind Donati. He'll start. Now, he might not start tomorrow. I do get that. It takes a little bit of time to gel to get into the team, right?
Only right back, though, isn't it?
Yeah. What I like is he can get forward. He just played right midfield, so you could see him as a right wing back. He does score goals. He's an ex-striker, as he said himself in the Ipswich thing. He's got 2 goals already this season. So originally, I think that's it for you, my friend. He's had a great renaissance, but I think these 20 games to go, they're filling that gap there where we think maybe we've been a little bit dodgy in the last few games, and Genoa was maybe at fault in terms of marking, etc., in the goal on Saturday. Certainly, if they'd put the ball into the far post, he would have been nowhere near that Cosgrove. So they've made moves. They've got him in. I think he'll be decent. I think he'll score some goals as well, which is what you need. I mean, it's a great foil for Burns, isn't it?
Yeah.
To get forward for goal, because he brings that on that right hand side. Really good.
We often spoke about on this platform about Genoa. Can he do it in the Championship? Do you think this question has been answered with this move?
Well, he can't do it in the Championship because he was in the Championship with us and they bunked him on loan, didn't they? So, I mean, I've really enjoyed the renaissance of Donati. No, I don't want to, there's some negativity. If I want to give a positive, I've really enjoyed it because he's done a loan move to, did he go back to Accrington? He went to Fleetwood, didn't he?
I think he did. He may have done. Not sure.
Yeah, I think he went back. He did Fleetwood as well, didn't he? And you never have thought that he would be, all intents and purposes, a runner-up as a player of the year to Wes Burns, would you, last season? So fair play to him. But, now it's getting down to desperation stakes a little bit, hence we're splashing cash. There's 20 games to go. We've dropped from top to third. Mm-hmm. They've had to bring in a little bit more youthful quality, a little bit more attacking threat. I think he'll be really good. I think Clarke would be really good with Burns. But I mean, look, Genoa will still be there. And McKenna obviously liked him, didn't he? Because he didn't even miss a minute through some of the season, did he? Until he got subbed, I think it was, when he got injured.
He got a few niggly injuries, yeah. But that's because the role he plays, though, isn't it? In terms of hybrid, he can play a back three. I mean, we say the hybrid, but we've not gone to a back three at any point really for a while. So it isn't as important as it once was. But again, this fella, Harry Clarke, coming in, can give you that ability to go to a 3, to a 4, back to a 3 in game. I've been joking all week, but I kind of have one criteria that he needs to meet. Just beat the first man with a cross. I'm really tired of seeing an Ipswich Town cross on the right side not get past the first man. I mean, it breaks me.
Burns can be just as much as fault of that as
yes. It's not a JD exclusive thing, but just please.
I do feel sorry for Genoa, Martin, because he come in as a centre back or whatever. I think we'd signed him as a left back, hadn't he? He'd come in from Accrington as a left back. I think he went out to Fleetwood as a left back. Lambert didn't know where to play him. Is his role really to be able to put crosses in? I mean, he's really probably taken one for the team there. A, to be included, and B, to get 3 points on the board. So, I mean, Genoa is obviously a really good team player, really good squad player, but his crossing's not the best, is he? I mean, but you could put that to a lot of players in our squad, I think.
Yeah, but I've been documented on this platform. I've been documented for a long time, probably as early back as the summer, if not way back before then. I would have looked at a right back in the summer, and I've said in the summer this ain't gonna be the back four that starts the season, that will finish the season. I've often said this is it's a limiting thing, our right side, and I think again, like I said there, that first man with a cross, the ability to get to a byline, Genoa never looked comfortable, except for a period, a purple patch under Paul Cook, where everything he touched turned to gold.
He
never really looked comfortable going forward.
No. But that's probably was not his game. It's very difficult when you're of, was he 28, 29, veteran of the game, probably, obviously seen as a senior player, to be able to do that. I mean, look, you've got Wes Burns, burning fire down that right wing. He doesn't always put in a decent cross. I think that's really frustrating with him, isn't it? Because that is what he's feeding. Ladapo or whoever it might be coming in at the far post.
Well, looking at Hurst, that's what will feed Hurst. I mean, he's a big old boy. He ain't gonna want daisy cutters as crosses,
No,
is he? He's
exactly.
not one balls you're gonna attack.
Yeah. Those balls in that, they call it the corridor of uncertainty, just to keep the company not nurses in there. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's got to be good quality. Absolutely.
All right, I know. I'd agree with that. Lewis says JD and Burns played further apart this season, and I think it's impacted both of them. I think that's a little bit of that is actually a symptom of Leif Davis, because you can't have two fullbacks that are allowed to get forward, without worry, because you'll leave yourself massively exposed. Massively exposed.
I mean, Leif kind of like, he gives you the value from the set pieces now, doesn't he? Like as you said, get him on the corners, and it's proved, it's proved valuable, and it's proved a good move. Crunch wants him to get more goals in open play, which I think is probably a fair comment. But he doesn't have many shots, does he, Davis? That's the thing. He seems content to be able to put a ball into. I mean, he does put a ball into a box. We were told Matt Penny was decent at putting balls into a box by
to be fair, Matt Penny, his ball in the box is a really, really good delivery. The problem is he can't defend, which in 2023 is not a huge problem for a fullback, but it is still a little bit of a requirement. You'd like him to at least put a tackle in or whatnot. But it's interesting because you say about Leaf, and Cruncher does say it about Leaf, and you're right. But I see him more as a touchline hugger. You rarely see Leaf coming in off the touchline. Finding himself in that central area where he can just, almost like a Luke Garbutt area where he can pull off a shot. You know what I mean? Like where he's just sort of come inside a little bit and got that space.
He wants to make the runs. He wants to put the balls into the box.
Yeah, we underlap Leif Davis more than because he is the byline. He is on the byline. That's his role.
Certainly, I think, like we've mentioned before, I think like people are going, "Oh, Burns hasn't been that as good as he was last season." Well, he hasn't had to be, because I feel like he kind of had those attacking threats in the channels on his shoulders a little bit. Davis has kind of taken that off him a little bit. We didn't have any attacking threat down the left last season, did we? Do you remember?
This is what I mean. So then you can allow Genoy to go and get further. As Lewis was just saying there, it was a right point from Lewis. Closer to Wes. But this year, I guess you can't. But hey, I'm looking forward to seeing what Harry Clarke brings. He looks a strong player, a tall player, a big player. He looks the part.
I was a little bit worried. He said, "It's already sunk in that I've left Arsenal." Well, hurry up and make it sink in, right?
I think it will tomorrow with Oxford fucking City.
You trained at Arsenal. You didn't play for Arsenal.
Welcome to Oxford with your three sides.
Yeah, your three sides. Yeah. Absolutely. But I'm going to guess anywhere you've been for 5, 6, 7 years is going to take a little bit of a culture adjustment, I think. But hopefully he'll fit in and he'll do good things.
Hopefully so. So all things considered, we've got your 11, which you think is the strongest 11 as it stands.
Well,
it's not the 11 you think will play tomorrow. 11
in. I just put my favourite 11 in.
That's fine. That's the whole point. Not the 11 you think will start tomorrow, just to really qualify that for you guys and girls at home. But the 11 that Matt thinks, if all things considered, everyone fit, this is the 11 that should be playing most weeks. Love to know yours in the comments. This is what he's got. So obviously Walton in goal. Davis and Clarke are your fullbacks. Yeah. Lee as a central defender. That's the first.
Now I put Greg Lee in because I'm a Greg Lee fan, right?
Right.
This goes back to what you were talking about earlier. If you're pushing Lee forward, you can easily shuffle everyone over a step, can't you? So Lee goes to left centre back, Wolf in the middle, Clarke on the right. Greg Lee's an absolute brick shithouse. He's huge, massive. And he has played centre back before. I mean, this is not like an unknown position for him. And I don't think Edmondson is good. Edmondson is good enough for us at the moment. I think he's been good enough since he got his injury, which is a shame because I liked him when he first. I still like him, as a town player. But I don't think he's been as good as when he signed. And Burgess, I feel like, is starting to cost us goals. He was kind of at fault for the goal last week. He was certainly at fault with Humphreys for the goal at Wickham. Again, someone I like, but I just feel like Lee's a little bit more sturdy. He's comfortable on the ball. People always say Edmondson's like comfortable bringing the ball out of defence. Ditto Burgess. So I feel like Lee could do that.
Okay.
And then we've got Morsey in the enforcer role, which we always thought was his best one.
I agree with that.
And then Cameron Humphreys, brilliant. He was fantastic against Rotherham, a championship side, everybody that made maybe one change from their league from their league teams, and he absolutely looked a level above. So I'd play him. He's a little bit more positive, I think, than Lee Evans. Burns.
Where's Burns playing in this?
Well, I mean, look, this is weird, isn't it? If you watch Ipswich, it's almost like Burns plays in this kind of island of a role between the right back and the right.
Yeah. They do that. Yeah.
He kind of almost got a free role in there, hasn't he? It's a weird one.
I see. So, yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, all right.
And then you've got Harn, and I think this is our best three up top at the moment. Harness, Ladapo, Chaplin. Whenever I see those three, I feel like we're going to do something in the game.
But is that because you've not seen the others yet to really make a fair
assessment? I mean, look, I can't make a judgment on Nathan Broadhead. I mean, the video I've seen of him looks fantastic. He was good at Sunderland. He was good in the development teams at Everton. He's done all right at Wigan. He's got 5 goals for him this season. Great. I have not personally seen him at Bournemouth. I can't make a judgment call on him. Ditto Hurst. He looked kind of lively against Plymouth last week, but reality remains. Hasn't done 90 minutes all season in the league. Done 90 in the Carabao. Hasn't scored a goal this season. So those three have played the majority of the season. Harness did, when he wasn't injured. The Ladapo, Chaplin keeps getting Player of the Month awards. How can you leave him out? So I think that's a decent three. But I would personally like to see Lee get just to see him in that defence, to see what he brings, because he's a big lad. He's good in the air. He's got goal threat from corners. I mean, look, he returned in that Papa John's game, didn't he, against Portsmouth? Within 30 seconds, he's had a header cleared off the line, hasn't he? Remember? He brings some threat at the far post. Maybe something that Burgess probably doesn't quite bring. But look, nothing against Edmonds or Burgess. I've got nothing against any of the players particularly. They're doing their best for the shirt. I'd just like to see Lee there, and I feel like if you push Davis more forward, he can slot into left centre back.
Yeah, I'm Burgess for me, just from his ball playing ability. I always feel if you press us as Plymouth did, and you've got a player like Burgess in your back line, I'm not as comfortable playing out from the back as an Edmondson. But mistakes happen at every level, and doesn't mean Burgess is better than Edmondson or Edmondson better than Burgess. I'd look to bring a centre half in personally, but I can't have it all. Although, why can't I have it all? Who ever said that? You can't have it all. Why not? Why can't I have it all? Why?
You can't always
get money.
Said Mick Jagger.
Hey, my checkbook. Keep flashing it. Keep signing the checks off. Interesting. People keep saying. By the way, we've got 160 watching on YouTube, 48 likes. Come on, no matter what you're doing, when you're doing your washing, you're ironing, washing your hair, playing the computer while you're listening to us, whatever you're doing while you've got this show on, hit the like button. Take 1 second out of your time.
Last Sunday, we did over 2,200 views, which is like massive for us.
Huge, buff. Broadhead. People keep saying they expect to see him on the left. Look at his heat maps at Wigan and Sunderland. He's been everywhere across the pitch, which kind of indicates a central position. He's right-footed, doesn't mean he won't play left. I really want to see him down the middle. I want to see my £1.5 million player, whose great goal against Town, of one goal, but great goal against Town was in the middle.
Yeah.
I want to see him centrally. I want to really see what he can do with the whole array of the pitch. So
you're playing him in that centre forward role with the...
Well, I'd start Ladapo, but that's just because of loyalty, really, in the sense of you've got to earn it. You didn't play last week. Ladapo's got 9. Yeah. But Marcus Harness was what you'd call a big money signing. I mean, compared to Broadhead, it's not.
But it's 800k.
That's 3 years ago. 3 years ago, Ollie Hawkins and Aaron Junior were walking around a football pitch at Portman Road, mate. So, I mean, I'm still. Yeah. That's still a fair amount of money for a League One team.
Yeah.
He's not done a bad season. To completely say, he needs to replace Marcus Harness. I don't know. I like Harness. I think he's a good player.
I certainly think. Well, look, he's had a busy season, hasn't he? I mean, he started off pretty good. He scored goals at Forest Green. He got the winner. Popped up for the winner against Burton. He's got injured. We thought he was going to be out for 2-3 months. He's returned really quickly. I'm a big fan of Harness. I mean, that cushioned header for Ladapo to score at Exeter was just absolute quality. That shows you this team really is too good for League One. And that's what annoys me. It's in third place because that was cool.
Well, it annoys everybody. No more so do they feel like they've got to listen to you. Continuously remind us it's not in third place. Let's be honest. Right, joining us live from Oxford, a place where you never want to be. It's of course the Crunch Show.
Oh, look, are you in the bar?
There
Where
he
are
is. I'm in the room. Ipswich Town's biggest flouncer, Matt Phillips. How are you?
you? Did you have?
I'll tell you what. Everyone watching. We've had fun on the WhatsApp group this week, haven't we, Martin?
Yeah.
Have you eaten those chicken wraps? Have you eaten them chicken wraps you bought for the journey?
Chicken wraps have gone, Matt. They've gone for me tea. Very nice. 2 degrees down here. 2 degrees. So hopefully the pitch will be fine.
Only 2.
Yeah, 2 degrees.
2. Wow.
Is
2 degrees out.
Been postponed then, Rich? Is that what you've been hearing?
Well, they've got no undersoil heating, Matt. They've got some frost covers that apparently they work to -4. So I'm not sure what it's supposed to go down to overnight. I don't know. I don't even know if they have a pitch inspection. There's nothing. I looked on the Oxford Twitter feed. There was nothing on there. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed the game's on. And breakfast is between 8:30 and 10 in the morning.
Why do they stop at 10? Why can't they go to 11?
Well, I don't know. We've got to be out by 11.
Because you've got to be 11 by 11, mate.
Well, there you go. We've got to be out. We're out. We're out by 11.
10 o'clock is too early for the shutdown on breakfast. Put in an email.
Well, you eat at some weird times. You probably haven't even had your dinner yet, have you?
I've had my dinner. I still having my dinner when Harry Clarke was announced the other night.
What time was that? That was a bit of a weird time to announce a signing.
Why? Why did they not?
Bit of a weird time. It was a weird time.
It was past 10, wasn't it? It was like 10.
Gov was in bed. Gov was in bed. Let's get live. No, I'm asleep. I'm in bed, everybody.
I'm in bed, mate.
He's hot water bottle. I'm not moving for no one.
Not a chance. You know what I mean? What 11 p.m. says Parry? 11 p.m. Like, why are we announcing the signings at 11 p.m.?
Really weird. I thought that was.
He said he had a busy couple of days, didn't he, in his interview? And there were some people saying they see the lights on at the stadium. So that was obviously when they were doing all the stuff on that got put on social media. But it is a little bit weird because we all knew it was going to happen, didn't we? So please, next time. Yeah, next time. They normally go around 7, 8 o'clock, don't they, Gov? Somewhere around there.
I scheduled the show, all ready, ready to go. All I have to do is hit live at 8 p.m, 8:30, 9 at the latest, I'm thinking. Got to 9:30 and I thought, I'm going to bed. I'm physically can't be doing this. And then half an hour later, they announced it. I'll just turn the computer off.
Rich, do you feel I'm being too flouncy then on my opinions?
A little bit. Look, we're all disappointed where we are at the minute because just before Christmas we were top of the league, weren't we, Matt? And now we're in third, playing catch up. But listen, let's see how the new boys settle in. They've obviously been signed to make a difference. I don't know who starts tomorrow. Personally, I think Hurst will play.
Do you?
I know you two don't. I think you two think Ladapo.
Yeah, why would you play Hurst then? Why would you play Hurst?
I was impressed with him. And look, I don't think he's come to sit on the bench. I think he's come to make a difference. We need signings in the team to make a difference. Freddie done all right last Saturday. There was a couple of times should have passed the ball, shouldn't he? The one in the first half to Wes, but Freddie's done well. But it takes a little bit of weight off his shoulders. I know Martin doesn't want to. You don't want to keep rotating, do you? You just want to stick to sort of one player. I definitely won't be playing Greg Lee at centre back tomorrow, Martin. I don't know what Matt's on about there.
He's a unit. I like it.
He might be a unit, but why are we try? We don't need to try something new now.
To be fair, I did say it wasn't the team for tomorrow, and I did give Matt multiple opportunity to change his mind.
And I wouldn't.
He could play him there in the FA Cup. We could have played him there in the FA. We've had a couple of times in the FA Cup when he could have played him there and looked at him, but he's not. So I'd highly doubt that he will play there this season unless we get. I was going to say a mass injury crisis, but we've got so many centre backs now. We've got so many defenders, haven't we?
Are they any good?
Well, we're going to find out about Clarke, aren't we? Look, I think he'll play that right side. I don't think he starts tomorrow, Martin, because he's only probably trained with them this morning. I'll be very surprised. I think he'll start Tuesday night, definitely against Morecambe. And
didn't stop against Watford, did it, that time? They picked him up on the services, didn't they? Scored a goal.
Yeah, just nipped a little topo there from Jim's through ball, didn't he? 2-1 victory. But I think Clarke... Listen, we're in a very fortunate position where I think sometimes supporters, guys, we get a little bit misty-eyed over players. You have your favourite players. We've got to be ruthless now. Jan Oydonasian has been excellent for us, right? I don't think we can sit here and say he hasn't because he's had a real weird career at Town, hasn't he? Obviously, really? Paul Lambert when he was there, and then he loaned him out, and he's come back and he's proved that he can play in this division, but we want that extra quality, don't we, Martin? And this is why we've signed Harry Clarke. We're not spending like people saying he'll be vying for the right. He won't be vying for the right back spot. We've not spent a million for a lad to come and warm the bench, have we? Really? Let's be fair about it.
Fucking hope not. No.
No. So I think
I'm
tomorrow
third, not first by 100 points already. Like,
it might be a little bit too early tomorrow, possibly. You know, I wouldn't be against him playing. You know, he's been playing football. It's not as though he's been playing 23s football. He's played for Stoke this season. I think, did you say, Matt, he's played 90 games across about 4 teams on loan?
Yeah, something like that in Scotland and here with Stoke and Oldham. So, I mean, look, he's not wet behind the ears. He's not really 100 games as a loanee. So, I mean, and 20 games this season for Stoke and 2 goals, I think, which is, decent.
And obviously he scored the goal, didn't he? The goal that was doing the rounds on social media for the youth team.
Yeah.
And look, he looks a unit. Let's see how he gets on. But we need to be putting this run together. I think we said it on Sunday now. You know, time is... If we don't get out of the league this season, we're going to be a laughingstock. We really are, because we've got every base covered now. Will he sign any more? Possibly. Who goes out the door now? Vincent Young, do you think he goes now, Martin? You know, he's got 6 months left on his contract.
Possibly, yeah.
Is that a time to say to Kane, look, go and find yourself a club, go and play football? Because he really needs to be playing football at his age, doesn't he? He doesn't really need to be playing a game here and there, on the bench one week, not on the bench the next. Kyle Edwards is another one, Matt. You know, we spoke about him countless times on here. You know, he's got so much ability, but never shows it, does he?
No. Do you know what?
Flashes.
Maybe there's, he's gone out loan twice. Maybe there's someone that bid in for him. Maybe. Don't know. I feel like someone's got to go in order to balance the books a bit.
Edmondson.
You can't keep loading the squad.
Did he move out?
And spending
I did float that, didn't I, after the last FA Cup game? You know, is that a possibility?
He's had a strange season, hasn't he, Martin? George Edmondson.
He's just been made an ambassador, isn't he? So then that would suggest that there's, they're not wanting to move him on, and so unless a good deal came in or a sensible financial package came in, you wouldn't be looking. But
we paid almost $1 million for him, by the way, from Rangers.
He should be starting. I don't know.
Don't worry. What was that tweet I sent you this morning? A £20 million back four we've got, haven't we? Potentially.
Give me some of what that guy was taking.
I've not done the sums. I don't know, but
your internet's unbelievable down there, by the way, Rich. Well, you're in the Premier League. It's really good.
We've got on the free Wi-Fi. In we come.
Really good.
Free Wi-Fi as well. That's the free one.
You don't have to pay. Look, the room's all right. The room's a bit pokey. We've worked out that it was freezing cold when we got in it. We've worked out how to get the little heater on. Nice. And now we'll wake up in the night. I've got very low ceiling here, Matt. You'd be all right because obviously you're very not very tall.
There's no such thing as a low ceiling for me.
I could be in trouble if I need to go to the toilet in the night if I'm sort of walking about in the days and if I turn up with a massive bruise on my head tomorrow at the what's it called now? Is it still the Kassam Stadium? Is it
the three-sided stadium?
The three-side stadium.
Yeah, if I turn up with a bruise on my head, you'll know what's happened. I've smashed my head in the night.
Terry Butcher bandage.
Are we confident? Are we confident for tomorrow?
No.
That's the answer I was looking for.
You don't finish a game at Portman Road in front of a full house with a 93rd minute equaliser.
Are we confident tomorrow?
Yes.
There you go.
Haircut. You had your haircut, didn't you? Is it great?
Show them the trim.
Why?
Show them the trim. It's like a bit like Conor Chaplin.
Like
Conor Chaplin.
Yeah,
look at that. Speaking of Conor Chaplin, I think Lewis is doing one of those. On Twitter, you see the post. What would you write if you were in a hostage situation? You want someone to know because he's written Chaplin, National League at best. Lewis,
I think that's a little poke at the fisherman this morning because the fisherman on the Discord had Chaplin on the bench.
Really?
Unbelievable. Yeah, that is what I thought. And also, did you see that Marlon Pack won Goal of the Month?
Yeah,
Fisherman says Christian Walters should be saving that. Did he not get on the voting committee?
He's had to.
Where is he? Is he in the chat tonight, Mike?
No.
Oh,
Chaplin's our best player, man. He's he man.
Plays every week.
Yeah,
every week. Yeah. Every single minute, if he can possibly do it. Like, good lord. Good lord. So,
what are you going to do between chucking out 11 and 3 o'clock kickoff? You're going to go.
Nando's knowing him.
Go boating.
Actually, there's a Frankie Benny's at the ground.
Is it? Well,
yeah, and it took me back when we come here last year. You know Budge, Matt. You know Budge.
Yeah, Budge. Yeah.
It was absolutely rammed in there, and they give you that little thing that they put in your hand, and it like vibrates. Do you remember that, Martin? When you used to go in Frankie Benny's, when the table becomes available, it lights up. But Budge literally would not move from the counter where the guy was, and he was saying people coming in, how many seats he needed for, and he was writing them down because he didn't want to lose his place. But I think we're going to go to the pub, pop down the pub, watch the Liverpool-Chelsea game.
Oh, nice, yeah. Very good.
Keep my eyes on the social media. If there's a pitch inspection, I'm going to get down there and have a word with that ref. Get a game on. Come on, boys.
Do you remember when the game was postponed before kickoff for the Watford game? I just parked up and I thought, what's going on here? Do you remember that? Boxing Day?
I remember Oxford, Matt, back in the day when Glenn Pennyfather scored a winner on a Tuesday night. There was an Oxford game that got cancelled because it rained on the Saturday. Do you remember that? I think John Duncan. I played for the Junior Blues that morning, and it absolutely poured. Played against Oxford, scored 2 goals. Hey. Happy days.
And everybody else
went on to manage Chelmsford. Went on to manage Chelmsford again, Penny Barnes. Very good for him.
Everybody.
He had one leg longer than the other. Did you know that? He had a built-up boot.
Didn't know that.
There you go.
Didn't know that.
I knew that.
Trivia. I didn't know that.
Even I knew that. Yeah, I knew that.
There you go.
Knew that. There you go. So yeah, and I'm nowhere near as old as you two. So
no, you're not.
This is a fixture or a player that I never saw before. Lewis
he was
says,
part of the 92 squad. He was part of the 92 squad. He didn't hardly play. Glenn Pennyfather, Matt's dad.
Matt Pennyfather.
He's a Chelsea City legend, the fella.
Matt Pennyfather. I like that.
I like that.
That's a really good one.
What a ring to that. Brilliant, love that.
That's a great one. Love it. Yeah, a quick word. This is a story that's been sort of on social media. I've not seen or read a whole lot about it. I have to be honest, I have to stress. But Callie's brought it to the chat, so I thought I'd bring it up because it is fantastic work by the football club. Big up the club and Sammy doing work with local refugees with a week of action.
Excellent.
A universal language. It really is. I've not seen enough about it to really speak about it, but I'm sure you two probably have, because you two are all over.
I think they were down at Goals, weren't they, Matt? I think was it Goals in Ipswich?
Is that where they were? I've not heard too much about that. That sounds great.
I think so.
Well, I'm glad he's here then, because I'm sure he has. He lives on Twitter.
We're doing great work in the community.
Yeah.
You know, there's stuff popping up. There's stuff popping up nearly every single day on the foundation. You know, Lee with the disability, Leanne works for them. Obviously, Dan Palfrey's now he's running show. Look, it's great. And look, we banged the drum, didn't we, when we were on here when the pod hadn't started long, Martin? You know, about we lost that community, didn't we, Matt? You know, it disappeared, and it never should. It never should. It's funny. I refed on in the week. I did have control of the game, by the way, Martin. Over at St Ives, in Cambridge. St Ives in Cambridge, Matt, and the foundation are over there now. So they're getting back into these places where Norwich have been in. You know, Norwich have been Premier League, and they're taking over all these like villages and and towns. But towns should be in where Norwich are, trying to look for these players. You know, and look, we might not get the next stars of tomorrow, but it's important for the community, isn't it? Really, to get back in there. And
I was reliably told that the reason the Community Trust came back was because when Paul Lambert became manager, we've got to give him credit here. Yeah. He actually said, bring your Community Trust back. So there you go.
Careful, Martin will get that backdrop out with Paul Lambert. Have you still got that?
Good. Of course I have.
What about your Ollie Hawkins picture that we got you with Drinnan?
Oh, we still got that.
There he is. Look, Paul Lambert. Love it.
The king.
Where is he now?
Who?
Doing his own thing, isn't he?
He pops up on Sky Sports News now and again, doesn't he?
Bit of Celtic news. I'll tell you what, Norwich been linked to that guy we liked from Derby. Cashin?
Yeah, I see that. I thought mine would be all over that.
Who's been linked with him?
Norwich.
Fuck off.
Exactly what I said, yeah. And I saw that on Sky Sports News. Fuck off.
Obviously, Norwich City's recruitment department watch Talking Town, because I have been telling you. I have been saying. I've got this, by the way, to give away at some point. Look at that.
Wow.
I know.
Signed by who, though?
Yeah.
It's a great question, that.
They don't tell you who the signatures are they? That's the issue. Where'd you get it from?
Well, they're squad numbers.
Oh, right, okay.
33.
What is that? 33 is it's Nathan Broadhead. Nathan Broadhead 33, but that's not from this season, is it?
Hey, is that Bartos? I have not got something to give away anymore.
He's keeping it now.
He's going to edit
Fucking
this
right
out.
I am. I didn't realise that was Bartos's.
We've
Baby
not had that.
Clements, says Matt Stanhope.
We've not had that chat lately, have we? People could. That was early in the season. They were saying Christian Walton was a better goalkeeper than Bart. That's sort of gone quiet, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I hope he has a big game tomorrow, Matt. After last week's shank, the shank was back.
I was so nervous watching him last week. I was just like heart in mouth time, which is not a good place to be in a 9-pointer against Plymouth, and your keeper's shanking left, right, and centre. Still a good shot stopper though. But I mean, look, Bart wasn't very good at kicking either, particularly. But I mean, look, his shot stopping was amazing, wasn't it?
He wasn't asked to play though, was he? As a footballer, to be fair, like
I still can't get over his run around at Carrow Road. I will never get over that.
Adam Webster. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Jonas Knudsen. It's his fault. Should keep the ball in the corner. Why is he putting the ball in the box?
We've all got different people to blame.
Oh, come on.
We've all got different people to blame.
What's that guy? Was it Tim Closer? Did he score, Matt? Was it?
I think it was.
No, it was Grant Hanley. No, was it Tim Closer?
No, I think Closer put the cross. It was Hanley. Oh yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
They celebrated.
Yeah, my seat was literally right on the end of the row next to, you know where the barrier is, Martin, between the home and away fans. I was literally there. Went with Rob Chandler that day, Matt.
Nice.
And we stood there. Yeah, we stood there, and it was, I just wanted the ground to swallow me up. It was horrible.
Terrible
Probably one of my worst. Look, we've had some bad times following town. That was got to be up there. 95th minute. We ain't beaten Norwich for God knows how long.
And talking which, old Mick McCarthy's back, isn't he?
I loved it today. Do you reckon TC was on the grass? TC's finishing drill.
Afternoon.
Yeah, Friday finishing drill. Gary Medina will be out there. What's the other little? Jerry Yates. They'll all be there, smashing them in.
Stick a fiver up on Blackpool to score tomorrow then. Someone
sent me a comment off Twitter and goes, I don't like McCarthy. He's absolutely a serial failure and also a bellend. I don't think it was you, Martin.
I just don't understand why we're talking. It wasn't me, but I don't understand why we're talking about, this big thing. Like, who gives a fuck? Honestly, I couldn't care when he was here about the manager. Now I certainly can't.
He'll keep him up.
You'd love to take us to the Premier League. Should have done, really.
I hope
you'd have someone like that now, Matt, wouldn't you?
Well,
maybe. No, you would. Oh, look, has he lost his bottle, Martin? Has he lost his bottle over there?
I think he has lost his bottle.
Well, okay, let me put this for people in the comments, right? So I said earlier, didn't I? Kieran, he's 36, coming on 37. He's been given a lot of dough to spend. If you gave that to someone who's been around the game a little bit, like an Allardyce, do you think he'd go, piece of piss?
Allardyce.
Oh,
just out of interest. Just out of interest. I'd like to know. Because let me tell you, when in 10 years' time, McKenna will go, I'll manage it, so it's totally different now. Is it too much money in young hands? Should it be more in more experienced hands? That's all I'm thinking.
Such as Sam Allardyce.
Like Big Sam. He bloody got West Ham promoted, didn't he? Almost kept West Bromwich Albion up. They'd still have him now, Chris at West Brom.
What's the chat saying, Martin? What's the chat saying? Because I can't see it on my phone.
Surprisingly, 180 people have gone quiet. So they must have fallen off their chairs.
Unbelievable.
I would love to have had Neil Warnock at town. That'd been brilliant.
Well, I think there was probably a time when he probably would have come. But
it's interesting, though, isn't it?
At one point.
What is interesting is that obviously when McKenna took charge, everybody expected an experienced head to be brought in alongside him.
Yeah, I thought Matt Phillips would have been the guy who would come in. United connection.
You could liken today, like Portsmouth, is it John Mashiri? They've appointed him.
I've seen Mourinho on Twitter.
Yeah.
What with a little tash?
Yeah.
Look, they've gone down that route, and that's a big risk for Portsmouth, really, I think.
Bigger risk.
It's a really big risk. I think.
We'll just have to see what they do.
Yeah.
Callie says Big Sam would do well, yeah?
There you go. Shout out Callie. He knows the school. I just worry we've spent a lot of money with a rookie manager.
One person.
Are you not worried, Rich? Do you not think that's a lot of money to spend for someone who's in their first gig in management?
Yeah, look, I get where you come from, and I get that you are. Too much red wine. Marcus Gladden says.
Marcus.
Look, I do get where you're worried, and it has to. The time to judge is May. I think when, look, as supporters now, I'm speaking to someone today, Matt. You know, when you used to go to football 20 years ago, you come away from the ground, you talk down the pub, you get the greening. You wouldn't have shows like this. You wouldn't have social media.
Not the greening.
But now, shout out Mike Bacon.
Shout out my bacon.
Now it's everyone's got an opinion. You know, Saturday you go on social media and Town haven't got a win on the Saturday. Everyone's losing the shit. You go on the WhatsApp group. It is though. We are really reactive, aren't we?
On Talking Town. You get this this absolute clown. Give it Allardyce to end of the season.
Would you not? All I'm saying is, would you not feel more comfortable with an experience?
Can you clip that up? I'll drop it on the socials tonight. See what the reaction is.
Yeah, do it. I won't see it. It's all good.
Like blood in the waters of Jaws.
But there is no excuse. Getting back to the point, there is no excuse now.
No.
You know, we've got everything that we've wanted. You know, we're spending money like it's going out of fashion. $1 million on a fullback, another fullback, $1 million on Leif Davis. You know, $1.5 million, and it's 750. George Hurst has come. Broadhead 1.5. Look, it all adds up.
Which one's Lee Martin?
He was good, wasn't he?
Which one's Thomas Priskin?
Oh my god!
Well,
how much you got him? Couple of mil?
1.5.
Well, I think when Keane was here, he only wanted to go to 750, didn't he? With Priskin, I think it says in his book. Was that Simon Clegg?
Yeah.
We couldn't get Charlie Austin in. He couldn't find his pen.
That's right. Yeah.
He had him in the office, didn't he? What was the other guy? Sean Derry. Was it Sean Derry?
Sean Derry, yeah.
He was down here as well. We couldn't get him in. But look, there's no excuse. But I wouldn't be getting rid of Kieran at the end of the season. I know you would, Matt. If we don't go up, you'd be.
Well, you'd give him another $5 million.
Don't start him again.
How much money does he need to get us out of this division? 50 million.
Let's keep calm.
Look, I want to see Kieran do well. You know, he's got the charisma of a flip flop, right? But I mean, look, he's obviously knows his way around coaching. I want to see him do well. But you've got to ask the question at the end of the season. We gave you this amount of money. And look, the East Anglian did a poll, top 20 this week, didn't they? Where Caden Jackson's our 9th most expensive player in our history. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be a massive failure not to get promoted.
Oh, it would be. It'd be a failure if we don't go up. No doubt about it.
You'd have to have someone else in. How could you stay with the same person?
True.
But then you have to look. I know we need to get out of this league, but you do need to look at the bigger picture of what the club was, where it is now, the support that we're selling out Portman Road like every week. Away, you can't get a ticket for love and the money when you go away now. I know this is why we need to get. This is another reason we need to get out of this league, because when you go to these tin pot grounds like Oxford tomorrow, right, 1,400, they go just like that. But we don't want to be in this league. We've been in this league long enough. And we know that
in this season, didn't they? They only spent 4 seasons down here, and we're in that full season now.
I think Sheffield United 6 seasons. You know, Leeds have been down there. They've all been down here. These big clubs, and it's not as easy just to. It should give you an advantage when you're spending money, Matt. We know that, but you still.
We said in the week, didn't we, Mike? Like on the phone, like we make such heavy weather out of things. Like you think back to Bolton, right? When we went there to their stadium, beat them 5-0. They were fielding that primary school team, weren't they? Had a 10-year-old in goal. We beat them 5-0. They get relegated. They bounce back straight away and finish the season in League One above us.
True. Just to clarify, there was no phone call. I
think they're up there. I see a table in the week of like. I think it would be like a season's worth. Sheffield Wednesday top with 100, Matt.
Yeah.
I think Plymouth 95. I think we were joint third. I think with Bolton.
Yeah.
Bolton have done fantastic from where they come, because literally they were minutes from going bust, weren't they, Bolton? We still got to go there. That's going to be a very hard game when we go up there.
100%.
Josh, nobody's sagging McKenna. Only him.
I'm
Only him.
I'm not sagging anyone, but would you give McKenna another $5 million?
I'd give him 20 games, and then we'll talk about it in 20 games time. That's what I'm giving him.
I'll tell you what, Josh, if you had $5 million, you'd be giving it to McKenna. McSpender.
You haven't got five. It's not your money. It's the Arizonian pension pot.
He's answerable to all of this at the end of the day, isn't he? Spending public money out of Arizona.
Chain of command, mate. Talent ID is what I'd go for first. It'd be like if we're going down, but I'm not going down any route here. It's 20 games to go.
I always say
Pump
this:
the
don't
brake.
get invested in loan players. Don't get invested in managers, because once something comes along, look at Mick Bill QPR. Once Rangers come along, he was straight out the door, wasn't he? So don't get too.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. 5 minutes later,
We'll always
off
be
you go.
here. Hey, just mere custodians. We'll always be here. Even if we went down to League Two, we'd still be doing this. We'll always be here, won't we?
Well, good.
Regardless.
Have we got a song for the jukebox?
Oh,
Well, I bet you have because you weren't expect to be here.
I've got one if you want.
I have.
Go on, then.
It's rather apt that Madonna, 40 years, greatest hits tour, Matt. I think the tickets today for the O2 sold out, didn't they?
You were going to go, weren't you?
Well, I didn't even know they're on sale. But I think she'll probably put some. She must need a bit of wedge. I reckon she's running out of a bit of wedge. You're going there soon, aren't you? See Elton. He's going to see Elton John, Matt. Martin.
It's only taken 3 years to get there. Bit of Elton.
So yeah, look, a bit of Madonna. I'm staying away tonight, so I'm going to go for Holiday.
Okay, I like it. You got Richard's Holiday. I'm going to go for one this week, and then we'll ask you, Matt. Matt, I'm going to go one in dedication of you. It is an Oasis song. It is "Stop Crying Your Heart Out."
Stop crying your heart out.
Great song, and they might be coming back. Did you see Noel in the week?
Yeah,
He ain't coming back.
They'd ruled it out that it never happened, and now he says never say never.
They talk to each other.
Exactly. Money talks.
No. Look, trust me, I'm in a sibling feud. They talk. Look, I say, I talk to my brother. It ain't happening. I can tell you that categorically. No matter how much money you put on that table, some things don't get mended.
We'll see.
We shall. And if they do, I'll be there, front row. Love you now. Matt, your song choice.
Shirley Bassey, Hey Big Spender. Hey Big Spender.
Yeah, good. I like that.
Kieran McKenna.
And score predictions for tomorrow, please. Richard, as you're here, why not?
I'm going to go 2-0 Town. It has to be tomorrow. It has to be the start of a run. Because the position that we've got ourselves in somehow by tossing these points away like confetti at a wedding, that's what we've been doing. It needs to, if we don't win tomorrow and you think, Plymouth have got Cheltenham, I think, Matt, and Wednesday got Fleetwood at home, both at home, you'd expect both them teams to win, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
And if we go to Oxford tomorrow and we come away with a draw, we're thinking, blimey, I know I'll probably say, look, still 19 games to go, but a little bit of it gets harder every time that we drop points. And we need to, the next 3, Oxford, Morecambe Tuesday, Cambridge, before we play Wednesday, 3 games, has to be 9 points. Has to be 9 points.
If it's not 9 points, what were you saying?
Well, we're probably going to be in the playoffs, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get rid of the manager. I'm not getting rid of the manager.
Okay.
But we'll be there at Wembley. We'll be there at Wembley in May.
Well, we've not played at Wembley. That's our ambition.
Well,
yeah.
Mark says, what is Matt going on about? Everything's changed dramatically. He wants Big Sam.
You're right, Mark. Everything has changed dramatically. We've gone from top to 3rd. And last time I looked, 3rd don't get you promoted.
He's bless him. Oxford 1, Town 4. Jeremy says 2-1. Stephen says 2-0. Lots of positivity.
Well, can I just
Legacy
thank Matt for getting me and Richie's for getting our Burnley tickets. Appreciate that.
Lovely.
Time winning.
we're in the Cobbold. We're in the best stand in England.
Oh, hello, Mike. See you, look. Legacy Bates has rocked up.
No manager is bigger than Ipswich.
Exactly. He's exactly right. He's right. Yeah. Don't
Apparently,
get
no away boxes at Fleetwood. That's a shitter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
12 o'clock kickoff at Fleetwood. Oh, my Lord.
What time?
12 o'clock. It's going to be midday for the last game.
I think it said 5. I was like, oh no.
No.
That's
clashes with the King's coronation, isn't it? The last day of the season.
Well, I always expected it to get moved once that was known.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think there
Sunday anyway, didn't it? It's always a Sunday.
Yeah, you're right. It is. You're right. Anyway, okay, we're back tomorrow for a pre-game show, 2 p.m. Then back at full time for the fans' reaction. Hopefully, this man will be walking out very happy. This man here will have to burn.
I'm not on Sunday, but why are you not on Sunday, Matt? What's happening?
I've got to go to Bromley to my brother-in-law's. They've moved house and we're doing a lunch, and that was the only day they could do.
You get invited places.
Well, I mean, probably forced. They probably don't really want me there. They want Lizzie there, but they have to.
But you'd turn up and go, "Is this your house? Is it? Is it really? Is it really? You have the lovely 3-bed house in wherever for this." I mean,
For the record, I think it'll be 1-1 again tomorrow.
Oh, I knew you were going to go for a draw.
It better not be a bloody 90th minute equaliser like they got last time. Although, we got history there, right? Yeah.
You are a happy soul, and I have won the
I don't think we've won there, have we, at that stadium? I don't think we've won down there.
No.
We had. Do you remember the rain game? The rain game when Lambert was in charge on that Tuesday night when it absolutely lashed it down?
0-0. That was 0-0, wasn't it? Yeah.
A lot of Lambert games.
I admire everyone staying positive, but, I just... Do you know what I mean? The facts are there in front of us right now.
Anyway, I am back on Sunday.
20 games to go. Absolutely.
Surrounded by positivity.
What's your prediction? What's your prediction tomorrow?
He's predicting a defeat.
I predict that we will play 11v11.
Okay,
come on. Come on. Stick your neck out.
Marty would never do that.
He's not that confident either, is he? Listen, come on.
He just wants me to take the heat.
Town 2, Oxford 1.
Oh,
yeah.
of course. He thinks it's a draw.
Get in.
I know Marty too well. He thinks it's a big
I hate Oxford. I just want us to beat Oxford.
Yeah. You do.
Any way possible. If it has to be
an
offside
down
handball.
Pullman Road, weren't they? They were pretty pony down Pullman Road Boxing Day.
Good for 25 minutes. Good for 25 minutes, they were.
They were, to be fair.
Didn't score.
No?
But look, go there tomorrow, lay down a marker. Let's get out of this shit league. Let's put a run together. Come on, boys.
We should
Kieran's head's on the chopping block if you listen to Matt. I mean, blimey.
It's got to be. I'm not giving that geese another 5 mil. That's what they're saying in Arizona.
Right. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you all tomorrow.
You make me smile when I think of you. If I get down or when I get blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Hopeless lover. I woke up all soaked in sweat, weird chills running down my neck. I'm going crazy from just the thought of you.